Welcome back into the Sports Source. This segment brought to you by Calhoun's, folks. They are offering delivery, curbside, and takeout service at 3 locations: Bearden Hill, the one on Pellissippi, the original, and then on the river in downtown Knoxville. They are offering delivery, curbside, takeout, and still dine-in for now at Maryville, Oak Ridge, Gatlinburg, and Pigeon Forge. Those are the Calhoun's locations that are open right now and providing food one way or the other. You see the delivery side of it. You see the dine-in restaurants for now. At the bottom there, you can go to their Facebook page, Calhoun's, and find more about this. They're going to be opening a couple of copper seller markets. Now, they're not looking to make some huge profit off this. They're doing this. They're going to be selling food out of these markets. Again, go to Facebook, find out where they're going to be. Their goal is to continue to give some money to their employees. I love that. I love these guys. That's the way it should be done. We're all kind of banding together. My clients are doing it here, and folks are starting to do it there. But now is the time to support local businesses. You hear me talking about these guys, and you see their spots in this show for all my clients. And it's certainly true right now. Need local businesses to be supported if we can. So Calhoun's, you saw that. Go to their Facebook page and learn more about the copper seller markets and all their locations. That's the Smoky Mountain Breweries and all their other properties. All right. Want to welcome in Vince Ferrara. We let him out of the plastic bubble. Vince from WNML, thanks for joining us.
Appreciate it. We've gone wide splits like a Michael Leach offense
yes,
on the offensive line.
Yeah. Let's dive back into some of the topics that Greg Sankey talked about this week at his State of the Conference update. First of all, on revenue, there certainly are revenue implications. We have staff working through those. I'm sure every conference is working to assess the financial impact. I'm not going to make predictions other than we've seen alterations in the NCAA tournament that will no doubt have a financial impact. I'm grateful to be in the Southeastern Conference. I bet he is. There's no place I'd rather be in these tumultuous times, and I'm certain we'll move forward financially in a positive way, but we'll have to figure out all the adjustments and the impact in the days and weeks ahead. I don't think there are other conferences out there who are going to be hurt. Conferences like the Horizon League, which I know you used to do, was
Blue Ribbon Yearbook. Yeah.
Blue Ribbon Yearbook. You used to cover the Horizon League.
Yeah.
Well, that's a league that most of their money is coming from the NCAA tournament. Most of these non-Power 5, the money comes from the NCAA tournament. That's gone. Some of the leagues are going to be hurting. Vince, I don't think anybody's going to be feeling sorry, though, for the Southeastern Conference.
No, I mean, when he says there's nowhere I'd rather be, that means, hey, we make a ton of money and we have a lot saved up so we can absorb this. And that's not to minimize anything else, but it is reality. They are a money-making machine. And look, football, as we sit right now, is still intact. And so that's where I think if you get into the bigger financial impact where it could have a bigger effect. But right now, the SEC is in the best position to be able to absorb this right now. There's going to be trickle-down effect, obviously, but I think the SEC right now isn't panicking based on what the revenue loss could be.
Agreed?
Agreed, yeah. You want to be in the SEC right now, not the Big South.
Yeah, exactly.
No.
All right, let's move to the biggie. He was asked about football season, and here's what he had to say. There it is. My hope is we can return to our normal organized activities, our normal experiences, and be part of that celebration around soccer, volleyball, cross country, and football in the fall, but we'll have to see. I'm going to be glass half full and say we're full steam ahead on our Atlanta planning for media days. But last Thursday morning, I was full steam ahead on playing a basketball tournament. The 1918 flu went away in the summer and came back big in the fall. Not to be negative, but I don't know that I'd be glass half full right now. I understand why he is, but I don't know that we're going to get through a full college football season this fall. I hope so. I hope we've got treatments ready and somebody somewhere brilliant comes up with a vaccine and we've multiplied it quickly and everybody's good. But I'm leery of there being a football season in the fall. Thoughts?
Yeah, I'm a glass half full guy, but and I don't want to throw out any information like I have inside information that can predict how this thing is going to go, but it could bounce around the globe and it's gone and then it comes back. So I don't take it for granted that we'll have a football season in the fall, but certainly right now I sure hope so, like everybody does.
Yeah.
I think the glass half full he's talking about is, hey, we're just now having to deal with losing sports in the spring and this temporary shutdown right now. Not ready for us to go there yet in terms of, hey, this is something that we have to make deep, specific plans for just yet. I think they're aware that it could have that impact down the road. I think he also doesn't want to trot that out there for the spirit of SEC and sports fans. It's been difficult for everybody with what we've lost to this point.
Yeah.
Then you start having people try to process losing football as well. I think that would be a little bit harsh. So I think it's just, hey, let's wait before we go down that road. And one other thing that you guys were talking about last segment is that he trotted out there a little bit of the preparation for the football season needing to be different. And they're going to do everything they can to try to prepare teams for the football season. So there are things that are going to obviously have a residual into the football season. I think they're thinking about those in terms of practices and maybe even recruiting calendar, things like that. But as far as big plans for the fall, should we not have football? I just think he wants to wait before we go there.
Oh, sir, I think you prepare for it. I think you have to, because what if we do catch a break? Everything's good. Of course you want to be prepared for it. And he's someone that when the NCAA went ahead and just canceled everything, he came out and said, well, I'd love to know what went into the thinking. He didn't sound too happy about it. I'd love to know what went into the thinking of canceling June activities here in March. I understand April. Why are we canceling June? So my guess is, yes, he sure isn't ready to talk about the fall. But as a realist, I think it needs to be, and I think most people do understand that there is a possibility here we're still dealing with this in the fall, that it may be 2021 before we completely clear this hurdle altogether.
Right. Meaning
patch here, patch there. But if there's a patch here or there, that's going to impact everybody's psyche and who's going to games everywhere.
And if you're going back to our original point, the segment in terms of the revenue, if you're going to have revenue impact, it's going to be if you can't have full stadiums this fall. Or obviously no games altogether, but that's where you could have the financial impact. And then he hasn't even ruled out spring practices resuming yet, so he's not going to trot anything out there about, hey, we may miss some of the football season also.
Mike, your thoughts on what we just said? Anything?
Yeah, I think there's no reason now to say you're not going to have a football season, but boy, things are fluid.
Yeah.
Maybe the next fall the stadiums will not only sell beer but hand sanitizer. And
that's right. Well, it's going to be interesting. I mean, you'd think, and I know a lot of people thought this was the basketball tournaments. Well, why don't you at least give us this on TV? Clear the arenas and let people play. I think, and he mentioned there's a difference between football and basketball. The difference between getting 10 guys on a court and 150, sidelines filled with 100 and something guys plus coaching staff. So even if the idea is, well, let's clear the stadiums and just put football on TV, you're talking about so many athletes, that would be difficult too, if we're back in another wave of this thing. But that all depends, and hopefully, we're due a break, so hopefully we'll catch a break on that front. When we come back, Tennessee didn't catch a break when it comes to their strength coach. Yet another man gone. We'll talk about Craig Fitzgerald's departure to the New York Giants, what it means for Tennessee, and how they'll replace him. Come on back on the Sports Source.